Welcome back to the 90 More podcast. Chelsea drop points, Manchester City drop points, and Arsenal go back on top of the table. What a Saturday of football. What a Saturday of pure sins. Today, I'm so happy to be a football fan. I'm very, very excited to be part of the fans for the Premier League because there is pure quality, there is pure magic in this league, and I can't tell it all. Chelsea, once again, bottling any chances they have of making it to Europe, bottling any chances they have of making it to the top four. Manchester City have been on top of the table for only 72 hours. After that, they've drawn against Nottingham Forest, and it is official, they're now in second. Now, hit that button if you're a Chelsea fan. What do you think? Should Graham Potter be sacked after 4 wins in 21 games? Let me know in the comment section. He has won 4 games in 21. Do you sack him now? Does he have to go now? Let me know in the comment section. Manchester City fans, what do you think about, of course, that draw against Nottingham Forest? Look, everyone thought City, this is their turning point. This is where they start to run away with the title. This is where they go into the far deep. They've not even started the run. They have already slipped. Huge weekend for Arsenal. Very disappointing for Chelsea. Very disappointing for Manchester City as well. But let's start off with that Chelsea game because I thought Chelsea in that game were absolutely brilliant. I think the result actually doesn't tell it all. Chelsea had the better position of the ball. Chelsea created the better chances. But again, the same story. Chelsea, just like they were against Borussia Dortmund in midweek, just like they have been in the last 2-3 months, they come in a game of football, play very well, concede, lose, and go away. That has to stop. Honestly, I think Graham Potter, as a manager, he's got to find a way. That is why your manager, that is why your head of this big Chelsea, big Chelsea project. Yes, he's been given the players. Yes, he's been given, all the materials, and it is still too much. He needs a lot of time, but he's got to find a way. He's got to find a way of starting winning, to start winning football games, right? You cannot keep on playing well. The fans are idiots, and I say that as a football fan. For us, we are little idiots. All we care about is, has he won the game? If you do not win the game, it doesn't matter. It's all about the result. Football is a result-based game. The moment you play well and don't bring back the results, we say you're not good enough. Yeah, we say you're good, but you are not good enough. So Chelsea today, once again, Joao Felix very good. Mikhail Modric looked better. Enzo Fernandez looking very good. Kai Havertz trying. Hakim Ziyech trying. But the question, is it good enough? Is it really, really good enough? The answer is no. Chelsea, look, it can't continue this way. Graham Potter knows it can't continue this way. It really, really can't. He's got to find a way of starting, winning games ugly. If you're playing like that, first and foremost, I think the basics is stop conceding so you don't lose or you don't draw games because you're conceding that one goal or those 2 goals. So work on that defense. I think he's got a very, very brilliant backline. Thiago, Benoit Badiashile is a very, very fantastic guy. Reece James is another fantastic guy. Ben Chilwell, Cucurella. He's got the quality in that defense. So he's got to work on that. Can we stop conceding every single game? Right? The control in midfield is there for me. The pace, the tenacity, the build-up, everything is in there. But can they stop conceding? Can they stop conceding those goals that are creating all the problems for them? If Graham Potter can work on that, I reckon we might see a different Chelsea in the next 5-6 games. But for now, all Chelsea fans have got the right to be disappointed. You have a right as Chelsea fans to be disappointed, right? And I want to ask Chelsea fans here, does it go down to Potter only or does it go down to the players as well, right? Because I think where Potter is going to have a big problem is almost 80% of his team is new. The 2 wingers, Nodi Mukiele and actually Noni Madueke and Mikhail Modric. Those are new additions in January. You have Joao Felix, who can play as a false nine, a new addition as well. Enzo Fernandez is in midfield, is a new addition. And then you have all this backline who are actually very, very new. So Potter has to go, how do I get the best results from this team, right? Because you cannot then get rid of players that have just been brought in. It's either Potter or Potter, right? For me, I don't see players losing their jobs or players being sold. They've just come in. It's either Potter finds a way of winning games with this team, or he's got to go, right? And I'll be very, very disappointed if he's sacked. I'll be very, very disappointed if he goes. I like him as a manager. I like him so much. I think, he understands football. But this Chelsea job, is it too big? Probably. I don't think it's too big, to be honest. But has he come in at the wrong time, maybe, for Chelsea? I would love to get your thoughts and opinions as a Premier League fan, as a Chelsea fan as well. But Chelsea continuing to losing to Southampton, a team last on the table. I think that one will hurt Chelsea fans. That one will hurt. A team at the bottom of the Premier League, a team that is already giving up to relegation, a team that cannot even decide how to hire a right manager. A team that cannot decide who is the right manager to take us, to keep us in the league. That is the team Chelsea have lost to at the Stamford Bridge. And that actually worries you as a Chelsea fan, because you've got Borussia Dortmund coming at the same stadium where the last team in the division has actually picked up 3 points. So you expect Dortmund to be afraid. You expect Dortmund to be I don't think Dortmund are going to be afraid. I think Dortmund will come, throw everything they have at this game, and whatever result comes out, that will be it. Now, the other game that has actually made the headlines and grabbed everybody's attention is Manchester City dropping points against Nottingham Forest. I was listening to a Manchester City fan on one of my favorite podcasts, and he said Nottingham Forest away is one of the most difficult grounds to go to. Now, I don't mean to say no here. I don't mean to say, wow, how can you say that this is a ground that everybody can pick up points, because not everybody can actually pick up points. They've been a much better side, Nottingham Forest, in the second half. You've got to give a lot of credit to Cooper. You've got to give a lot of credit to the management for sticking and staying with Cooper. A lot of credit. But this is where it makes no sense for Manchester City. This is where there is no excuse. They have won 3 of their last 5, drawing 1 and losing 1. The game they lost was against Tottenham Hotspur. Okay? And you thought after beating Arsenal and Aston Villa, in a space of 1 week, it was now time to go on that easy ride, get the Nottingham Forest, pick up 3 points, get the Bournemouth of this world, pick up point, get the Leicester Cities of this world, pick up 3 points, and just, keep on winning, so that when Arsenal drop points, you benefit. It's the other way around. I don't think City have pressure getting to them. I don't think the pressure has gotten to them. I think they have created this kind of pressure for themselves, and it's absolutely nonsensical. It's absolutely not called for. As an Arsenal fan, I'm very, very happy. Look, if Manchester City decide to create unnecessary pressure for themselves, I've got to be happy. I've got to be grateful, because that is what I want. I want them to be under massive pressure. I want them to be underperforming. I want them to leave a small gap for me as Arsenal to come and tuck into. And they've done that. They have absolutely done that. They have just given Arsenal a chance to go 5 points clear if Arsenal can win each of their next 2 games. Arsenal could go 5 points clear. And after that, Arsenal have a string of 5 easy games before they go to the Anfield. 5 easy games. Yes, Liverpool are bouncing back. But before that, it massively looks like Arsenal could go in the last 8 games of the campaign, 6, 7, or even 8 points clear of Manchester City. Now, I think this is a performance here from Manchester City that will be devastating and disappointing. After beating Arsenal 3-1, they thought this is an easy game. And with Manchester City at times, they don't have to do a lot. All they have to do is to keep the ball. They kept the ball almost 80% of the time. Get shots on goal. They had over 20 shots on goal. And get shots on target as well. But there is that extra bit of that it takes you to score. They didn't do that. And that's why in this game, somehow, Nottingham Forest through Chris Wood have responded and they walked away with the point. And I think that is the only point. I think that is the only shot on target Nottingham Forest had today. I don't think they had any other, to be honest. I don't think they had any other shot on target. They had one, scored that, and called it a game. These are the statistics for you. No, this is the Arsenal game. I want the Manchester City Nottingham Forest game. Just a minute, right? Just a minute. Because it's sickening if you're a City fan. How have you lost this game? Yes, Nottingham Forest had one shot on goal, 4 shots on target. 4 shots on goal, 1 on target. 26% ball possession. And the rest of that goes to Manchester City with 23 shots on goal, 6 on target, 1 scored. 666 passes, a passing accuracy of 87. So City will say in their defense, we did everything there was to do. We did everything right. We just didn't win. We just couldn't find our way through. But that doesn't happen against Nottingham Forest, okay? You don't say that we failed to win against Nottingham Forest. 1-0, if you're Manchester City, 1-0 is enough for you to win against Manchester United, against Nottingham Forest. If you don't, it's your own call. It's their own bad. So Pep Guardiola now has to go back onto that drawing board, rethink how to keep on, how to keep within range with Arsenal until they play Arsenal in April. Otherwise, if Arsenal got 10 points clear, it's not going to be good news for Manchester City. It won't be very, very good news for Manchester City. Now, that result means Arsenal, who have won drastically and dramatically today, go back on top of the table, 2 points clear. They have a game in hand against Everton. They could go 5 points clear. If they do that, it's going to be a hell of a tie to rest. Now, in the other games, Brentford won, Crystal Palace won. I thought Brentford would win this game. Crystal Palace are masters of hanging in there, right? They're masters of hanging in there. Actually, they took the lead, but Brentford found an equalizer, I think, through Vitaly Yanez in the 97th minute, right? So 1-1, Brighton 0, Fulham 1. Who would have seen this coming? I thought it would have been a 2-2. Brighton had 2 goals disallowed. That doesn't help. Fulham have won that game. Fulham absolutely flying. Absolutely flying. And I thought, look, this is a game that, you're always going to have, you're always going to struggle. The goal for Fulham scored by Maina Solomon. Everton 1, Leeds United 0. Leeds United play very well. They just can't pick up points. That's my problem with them. They just can't pick up points. When you expect them to win, they don't score. When you expect them to draw, they concede and lose. I don't know, but again, what a result for Everton. Leeds United, it now doesn't look good. Everton are out of the relegation zone. Leeds United drop in. And then Bournemouth, surprisingly, have beaten Wolverhampton Wanderers 1-0 at the Molineux. That is the most shocking result, maybe. No one focused on this, but it's the most shocking result of the weekend. So that is the weekend action for you. I'll be reviewing the Newcastle-Liverpool game later on. See you.